Okay, there we go. Alright. Hello! Hello, everybody. Welcome to the evilest stream ever. I'll be your host through this spoopy night of danger and killing people. And I need to make sure that it's working. Yep, it's working. Good, good. Today we will be playing through a game called Doki Doki Literature Club. I have no idea what that means. Hold on, gotta bring this up. Did it work? Hold on. Oh, yep. So the first thing that comes up when you start the game is, this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. Which is good for horror, but bad for if you're a person who is easily disturbed. This will be a darker stream than others, maybe. I'm not actually sure. But it could be. I don't know. Watch at your own discretion. I'm gonna... Soup. Oop. Did I mess anything up for you guys? There we go. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. For content warnings, please visit http://ddlc.moed/warning.html. Uh-oh. I don't like this. It looks so fun and cheery, but it has this warning. So, I know what you guys might be saying. How did you find this game? I simply went on Steam and just looked in the horror genre, like sorted by horror, and then sorted, I narrowed the list by horror. Then I ordered the list by best reviews, and this was like third or fourth when I checked. So, this is supposed to be a psychological horror game, and I have no idea what to expect. So, strap in. You agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content? Oh God. I agree. Okay, I'm just gonna turn this up a little bit. This is a fun and upbeat shit. I don't see how this is gonna go bad. I can't snap, by the way. New game. Okay, it wouldn't let me type in spaces. Should I voice act everything? Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance. From the distance. I'm going the distance. Waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. This girl, Sayori, my neighbor, and good friends. Oh, this is gonna be a treat. This girl is Sayori, my neighbor, and good friends since we were children. That's not English. You know, the kind of friends you'd never see yourself making today. But it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. Oh, you know, the kind of friends you never see yourself making today, but just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. I'm an asshole, apparently. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I caught up to you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Aww, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. I don't know what to voice to give. I don't know what to say about. That's me, Big Mama. Well, people stare at you for acting weird. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think that we're a couple or something. Ooh, savage. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to the school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. Okay, this music is a little loud for me. I know I'm talking over it in the mic, but that's because my mic is amazing. But my Blue Yeti is just perfect. But oh my god, I gotta turn this down so I don't overspeak. There we go. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly spectacle with the students making their daily commute. By the way, Big Bubba, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I'm just gonna talk down here for me. And up here for me. A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. Why am I an asshole? Why am I an asshole? It's sweet. It's fucking Swede. No, I'm joking. I'm not a Swede. I'm a fucking asshole. Like PewDiePie. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? Did I? I don't remember making any promises. I'm sure it's possible that I did. In one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Wow, this sounds a lot like me. I'm an asshole. Uh-huh. I was talking about how worried I am that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Oh, I'm already into college and I'm sucking. Sayori, where were you like 5-10 minutes ago? Sorry, 10 months ago. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. I turned down my own mic volume. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years just because you're not used to the real world. Bitch, I'm fabulous. You trust me, right? Bitch, I'm fabulous. Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? I don't like trying. Trying is for the weak. You only do or do not. There is no try. Did I just quote Yoda? I did. I just Yoda'd a little bit. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? I don't know. More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. I do that sometimes. I'm just like, I do that in the mornings when I'm trying to get up. I lay on my bed and I'm just like, what is life? Life is pain. Life is meaningless and death approaches. Sorry, I gotta work up my lips a little bit. You know, like, gotta go fast. Alright. Clubs. Let's check out the club rooms. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Wait, there is an anime club? Why have I not joined this already? If I love video games and anime, why have I not joined the anime club? In college, I've joined 2 clubs. SARPA and Anime Club. Video Game Club and Anime Club. Why would I not join this? Hello? Oh, hello? Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. Looking around, I realized that I'm the only one left in the classroom. Oh shit, everyone else is gone. Loneliness. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting in here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. Why are you impressed? That is not a good thing. You don't need to wait for me. You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late for your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Aw, she's blushing. No what? Oh, no what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayori. Sayori-chan. Onegaishimasu. Doki Doki. Kimochi desu. Kimochi desu. This is a horror game. This is a horror game. I'm just gonna curl up in a ball for when it actually does get scary. Oh, no, I can't do that. I have to keep my eyes on the thing. Keep reading. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. I gave her that whiny voice because I just had a feeling. Sayori is the vice president of the Literature Club. We're gonna join the club eventually. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. I'm not sure that's how it works. Hold on. I'm gonna find this out. Oh no, he's not on. I was gonna message the vice president of the anime club at my university. Just be like, is this how you got to be vice president? That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well... ulterior motives. I need to look at my own volume. I kind of told the club yesterday that I would bring in a new member. Don't make promises you can't keep. First rule of doing drugs. I'm sorry, what? And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't promise things you can't keep. Don't make promises you can't. My thoughts exactly. Thank you, Big Bubba in the screen. Don't make promises you can't keep. That's how drug deals happen. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! Let's go! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, the music stopped. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Can I get that on a t-shirt? Do they have t-shirts that say that? I know I saw that when downloading the game, they have a merchandise. Can I get a t-shirt that said, and thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake? I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Yeah, I glance around the room. What should I give the voice to girl by? Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. Sayori always says nice things about you. I have to be classy and drink a sip of my tea. She has this air of elegance. Seriously, you brought a boy? Gosh, tsundere. Way to kill the atmosphere. Gosh. Big Bubba, what a nice surprise. I don't hold with girl 3. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. Triggered Vietnam. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Time to lewd. What are you looking at? Gosh. If you want to say something, say it. Sorry? Natsuki. Tsundere. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly in my ear. And then turns back to the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Just, God. Can't do that for him. Yuri, who appears to have comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that correct? That's right. It's great to see you again, Big Bubba. She smiles sweetly. I smile back with that weird smile. Someone photoshopped my face onto Monica, please. I will pay money to see that shit. I will use that as my new profile picture. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little weird. You too, Monica? Come, sit down, Big Bubba. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Meh. Sorry, I get a little too excited. Then how about we make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Okay, thank God, I don't have to decide. Ooh. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table with his tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get ready to rumble! Ta-da! Whoa! Whoa! Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Holy shit! How talented do you have to be to do that? I'm just curious. Does it say? Yes, it does. Good. Oh, no, sorry. Little cats. Wow. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Aww, it's so cute. It sounds cute. So cute. That was a minor orgasm. I had no idea you were this good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. We ain't got time for this shit. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow. Drawn to the scent of food. It's delicious. Delicious! Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help notice she taking glances in my direction. He's just, at this point, he's staring down at a cupcake, just turning it around. Need to find an entrance. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. Oh, I love homemade icing. I make a great buttermilk icing. Or is that buttermilk pancakes? Buttercream icing. This is really good. Tasty. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? It's not like I made this for you or anything. Back. Made them for you or anything. Back. Please put the baka. I thought you technically did. Sayori said, well, maybe. Baka. But not for you, you know. But not for, you know, you. Baka. Kind of baka. Oh god, I'm such a weeb. Cleanse me in the cleansing flames of purity. Douse me with bleach until I feel clean. Sorry, I keep clicking on Discord just to see if someone says anything. And I keep clicking to different boards. Kind of bucket. Alright. Sorry, getting a little burpy. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. 3 plus 5 doesn't equal 7. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. Where did she get the tea set? Just every Japanese high school contains a tea set? She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. Alright. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Yeah, thank you. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. Sorry, my lips are getting dry. From all this reading, I'm not used to talking this long. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I wouldn't know. I've never drank and read at the same time. I tend to keep my liquids and my books away from one another, as to not cause accidents, which around me tend to happen very frequently. I really like this. By the way, for those of you that don't know, I really am enjoying this microphone. It's currently set up in a cardioid matter. Yep. Which basically picks up an area like this around it. It's like a spade shape. It's like a... Here. Do you guys see my mic? No, you don't see my mouse. Hold on. Hold on. Where is the... Where's the button to say show mouse? Well, I can't show you. It's basically like a, that's like a upside down heart sort of thing. But that's how it picks it up. It doesn't pick up anything really around here, but it picks up everything in this area really well, which makes it so that there's no loops. So I can talk forward and I know it won't pick up the stuff that's bouncing off of that wall and back. See some new information you guys just learned. No, thank you. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know... I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? Nothing. I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any club yet, and so Sayori seems really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it is my duty, to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Oh, she's the, person. I'm surprised you guys can't see my mouse. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, I'm just a fucking professional. You guys don't know this about me, but I'm a fucking badass. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. Yeah. You gotta pick Republican or Democrat and then fucking vote in the election, and then people judge you based on how you choose. And then Trump gets elected, and I know. I get it. It feels like nothing but arguing about budgets and publicity and how to prepare for events. Isn't that basically how clubs work? I'm gonna talk to my club leaders. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Sorry I closed this eye. It's hard to see around this microphone. Unless I put it in my lap, and which I could do, but then it's gonna fall. I need to get a mic stand. I could get a mic stand, but that costs money, and I am a poor college student, so I can't afford that. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting all of the effort in to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. Reading doesn't grab your attention? What is wrong with people nowadays? People are going to die. This is the end of humanity when books start being fun. Good game, guys. Good game. Shh. Just sleep. Good game. Alright, none of that. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Oh god, I doubt that. This is a psychological horror game. Right, everyone? No! Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Huh, it's like politics. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. God, my throat. Hold on. Hold on. I might get kicked out of that chat. What's popular that must be defiled with bad fanfiction? I put dragon lollies. I am a horrible person that deserves death of the highest order. No, I still don't really know if I can keep up there with all of their levels of enthusiasm about literature. Reading! Sorry, I was looking at the wrong thing. Reading! So, Big Bubba, what kinds of things do you like to read? I like to read manga and anime and fright fiction. Did I tell you about that? In high school, I took a fright fiction course and loved every second of it. The teacher was amazing. I loved the books. All of them were very open-ended and open to interpretation, and you could make what scares you the most be put into it, especially with good works. But I digress. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Well, I'm currently reading right now. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she just keeps quiet. Well, not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Yeah, she looks so sad. I just want to hug her and protect her and kill all of the demons. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Oh, sorry. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, you see... Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Oh. She's one of those people. She's a fantasy reader. I bet she loves Tolkien. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. Amazing. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally as impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid that since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Oh god. This is going to be a little bit of fourth wall breaking, because this game is a psychological horror game. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Oh, God. Yes, and that's what I'm afraid of here. Oh, God. Because I'm very imaginative. I can think of a lot of ways this shit can go bad. I'm just curious which one the writer picks for this. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Thank you for the minor fourth wall break. I read a horror book once. You know, like 3.5 years ago. What was it called? It. Yeah, It. I read It. I desperately grasp at something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I am rock. I am smart. Learn me. Really? Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. Wow. Did you just judge her personality? You bigot. I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. I know, I love horror novels. It's just, they're so good. Especially, like, Stephen King. Stephen King is a great writer. He really knows how to work with different levels of horror and make them balance out evenly. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Yep. Again. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, you're in for a ride, Natsuki. Oh, why is that? Well, Excuse me. I forgot F1 is mute. This muted me, and I could have just burped. Sorry, guys. I know my mic is very loud, so you probably picked that up. Natsuki's eyes darted over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you? Natsuki. What? We're banging. What gives you that idea? Gonna bang. Back. Oh, this is gonna be a fun day. You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Can I read this? I looked it over and you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! Give that back! Fine. Your cupcakes, your poems? Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sari slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Back. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Wow. Impressive. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Literally, this character is me. Let's be honest here, guys. I am Big Bubba. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer, are we? Not a very confident writer, are we? Like an asshole. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Oh, holy shit. Yuri, you are, like, deep. You are the philosophical one. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? If by writing you mean looting the dragon lollies, then yes, I have lots of experience. Vegeta. Okay, so someone asked, I need a fan fiction for Saturday. What's popular that must be defiled with bad fan fiction? And I wrote dragon lollies. And they're just like, hey, whoa. I'm just like, you asked. And then they're like, that's like asking what to watch and immediately going to Boku no Pico. Hold on, Boku no Pico X. Then someone says VeggieTales, and then I'm writing Boku no Pico X VeggieTales. Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment, thinking about the meaning of life. Okay. I have an idea, everyone. Nani? Ore wa mou shinderu. Nani? Did I just make that reference? What is wrong with me? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. And then next we meet, we all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it! Sayori, terrible idea! No, plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. I am thou, thou art I, thou hast acquired a new vow. Thy bond shall be the something that breaks the yoke of thine heart. Thou hast awoken to the true nature of the world persona, granting thee infinite power. It's sad that I can remember like half of the Persona 5 thing. Isn't that right, Big Bubba? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Me joining the club. Bluntly come forward with the... I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lost my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. This music needs to... Hold on. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces. And I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. Mad world. Alright. Okay, back to the music. Had to do that. But I'm sorry, I thought Big Baba. You all, I'm defenseless against these girls. I do not have my waifu to protect me. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Kono be soldiers! Kono bakuga! The tsundere. The dere, the kudere. I'm not sure. Maybe the yandere. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. Nani? Yes, I'm so happy! Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. I'm not jumping up and down for you guys. Hey! Holy shit, they just got like 3 times bigger. You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. That makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Big Baba, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Oh god. Yeah. Sorry, I just had to spend a little while clearing my throat. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, Big Bubba, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she has always stayed after school for clubs. Oh shit, it's hailing outside. It does sound like hail outside, holy shit. All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out places. Anyways. Sure, might as well. Yay! The two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 4 girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monica. Will I really be happy spending day after day at school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow a little closer to one of these girls. Alright! Guess I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and good fortune will find me. And I guess it starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh. I'm gonna save. Okay, lucky, adventure, jump, fireflies, despise, color, infinite, ocean, embrace, broken. Despise. Despise suicide. Hurt. Inferno. Alone. Wrath. Entropy. Entropy, opposite of enthalpy. I'm such a science mind. Massacre. Existence. After.
I need your phone.
Why are you stealing my phone?
I need to switch my phone number.
Everyone on the internet, take note. My mom just fucking robbed me. I just got thiefed. Unstable. Anxiety. Contamination. Disarray. Wait, did that say kawaii? Damn it. Fickle. Vicious. Boop. The best of. Nightgown. Nightgown. Determination. Unrequited. Passion. Analysis. I don't know what I'm picking. Hi again, Big Bubba. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Haha. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Holy shit, did my poem not make any fucking sense? Just the deepest words I could think of, just put into a poem. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Big Bubba. Thanks for keeping your promise, Big Bubba. What?
How do you answer your phone? It was ringing. I was getting a call. I pushed the green. It didn't answer.
What? I don't know who that is.
I was trying to answer it. How do you answer a phone when it comes in? You gotta hold it down? There, answer it. Hello?
I have no idea what that's about. But she's apparently trying to figure out how my phone works. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into our literature when you're not accustomed to it. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. No more. Yeah, yeah, I'm the scat man. I'm the scat man. That's actually better. You can dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. He deserves any slack. Thanks, Natsuki. Really cut me deep. Sayori told me he didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. Well, that's what I pretty much do in my career clubs. Like, currently, they're supposed to have a club meeting. But I'm just like, you know what? Let's go do some streams for Halloween. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Manga is love. Manga is life. My waifu will prevail. Always. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. No worries, love. No worries here. Big Bubba always gives his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Why? Why do I do this? Why am I such a good guy? What is wrong with me? Am I on drugs? I bet I'm on drugs. Ooh, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting more comfortable. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is messy and it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. I've almost set my house on fire many a times. I don't cook steak anymore because of it. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Big Bubba can be good friends, can become two friends too. Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Sayori even brought you something today. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal of it if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. You got a book? I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked this book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, have sex. My mind just instantly jumped to having sexual intercourse. Oh god, what has my life become? Discuss it. Sorry, discuss it if you wanted. This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Whew! Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help notice but her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is roaming around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. Sorry, I'll read this in my seductive voice. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet as if for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing it made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Uh-huh. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, and that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about, anyways? Well... Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. This book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Uh-huh. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Right. She's reading it for the first time. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart. Oh god, I picked the metagame one, didn't I? That's what I'm picturing is going to happen. Basically, something's going to happen, and all of our relationships with all of these other girls start to fall apart. And only the person who we picked at the beginning will maybe survive. Or maybe everyone else but them. Ooh. That's kind of dark, isn't it? You already made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Big Bubba? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. I totally forgot Yuri is into those kind of things. Oh god, is she oh god, is she a yandere? I'm afraid. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. I like her. I like her a lot. My waifu. My waifu. It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants it to be evil, but because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. That scares me. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. This happens to me every day. Welcome to my life. Welcome to my house. I don't know the words of this song, you. It's my life, I have that problem. I'm just gonna dig for diamonds. This suddenly became a Minecraft parody. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Sorry, had to burp again. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said that you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I sit in the seat next to Yuri's. Oh. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. Oh god, it's one of those books. As soon as I understand what Yuri means about reading in company. I soon understand what Yuri reads. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe it's a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... You're really apologizing a lot. You really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Here. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. Huh. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. We lean in a little bit. Our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book open. Yeah, because if you're doing this, then you gotta deal with this. But if you do this, you can... It's just easier. I guess it makes it a little difficult to turn the page. Here. Ah. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we huddled even closer together than before. Ooh. It's actually kind of distracting me. Ooh. It's like I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Are you ready? Eh? Are you ready for Freddy? I said, Freddy for Freddy! To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. That time I muted the mic. Whew, wouldn't want to sneeze on there. Probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Yeah, bitch! Get wrecked! Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. She's just I would love it if she just like turns the page on her own. She's just like, I read, okay. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning the page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid of she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. You remain silent for a moment. But Big Bubba, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. It's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Thank you. I didn't mean it. I take it back. Jet fuel can melt steel beams. Sorry, I didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant more like, it's kind of cute. Huh. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone! Bitch! And just slaps all of the books out of everyone's hand. Fucking get out of here! I think it's about time we share our poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on the top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read it with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright. I stand up. Next to you and a Fanta still today. I like the music here. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? No. Yeah. My relaxation ends. Darkness, demon, ogre, bitch. Pretty sure I added kawaii. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find something to share with? Someone to share with. I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loosely paper torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Alright. Now this poem is mostly geared to Yuri. I'm gonna go Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Huh? What was that? Huh? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. I just kind of picked the darkest things that I could think of in the darkest recesses of my mind. My mind is an enigma. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant him. That awkward moment. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable things I can recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, this is not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might be okay to take your time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process. Behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? What do they do here? Just read? I could fucking do that at home. We're in a library. Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber clothes. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Now this is interesting. She's talking about one of the old streetlights. You know, like before the new technology. She doesn't like the new, she doesn't like the future. She's living in the present, but likes to think back on the past. She's a very hermit-like person, and it expresses a lot about her inner character. That's what it tells me. You see, I could be an English major. I just choose not to because I hate English and hate learning. I also like to point out that she says it must be this one. Withstood the test of time. As if it has earned something. It has earned its keep in the world. It's not just there because it needs to be. It has earned the right to be there. Which could be a metaphor for her own self. I'm sorry to have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. Oh, I wasn't thinking that at all. But you took a long time to read. Because I was interpreting it. Ah, well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. Oh yeah, it was the lamp. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. You know, side tangent. This actually reminds me of the poem "The Sound of Silence." Now, I know I'm getting off on a weird tangent that I shouldn't be. But that poem reminded me of The Sound of Silence, where it talks about, there's a lot of metaphors. It's the song, Hello Darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. But it has a lot of metaphors and things. A lot of light and dark and depression. It's a really good song. And that poem reminded me of it. Anyways, back to the actual thing. Hold on. I unmuted it for you, but not for myself. There we go. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Siri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all. Oh no, it's not. Nope! It's about her bathing under a street lamp. Enjoying what I just said. I must have totally missed a point. Yep. Again, I read it and understood it nearly perfectly. Oh my god. I sent him the 俺はもう死んでる. Nani? Link. I might post it in chat later. But my friend just found it. I must have totally missed. Yeah, you completely missed the point. Well, I suppose you didn't. You did only glance over it after all. No, I spend a lot of time. Remember, I really read and dug deep into it. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is not only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past. Yep, what I just said. And soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. I actually did. I was just like, this is about her not wanting to change. This is about the solemnity of being part of the old and not wanting to move on. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so. I just picked random words. That was not impressive. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. Yeah. How to not make my artwork suck. You think so? Yeah, of course. Ah. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Big Bubba. Ah. Me too. I guess I'll go with Mnemonic Sayori. I'm curious what Natsuki is going to say to mine. Big Bob, if you're not here to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh. What do you expect me to believe? That you're actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. If you guys haven't checked it out, go check out Shots Fired. I'm gonna type it in. Shots fired. Oh, you can't read that. SHOTSFIYRED. Shots fired. Oh my god. Is it hilarious? It was Lost Pause. His first story when he was a kid that he was super proud of. Him reading it and realizing that he spelled the word fired wrong. And he used a shit ton of onomatopoeias. Like therp. I don't even know what a therp sounds like. It's like thorp, thorp, thorp. I don't know. Sonic Boom with the K. SONICK. Boom. Painful to think about. Painful to think about? Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyways, I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race. Owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Savage. And most importantly, what does the fox say? Oh my god. What does the fox say? Hotty, hotty, hot ho. Hotty, hotty, hot ho. Hotty, hotty, hot ho. What does the fox say? I want... someone someday better take a mega mashup of all of the times I sing different songs randomly. But that's about it. Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Nani? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I won't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. I mean, it's sophisticated in its own way. It tells a thing. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So you decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like it's set up for a rhyme at the end, but then it made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. We got the Duel Monsters champion right here. We got fucking Yugi Moto. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. Didn't really care how old anyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I hope I get to go through anyway. Let's go to Monica. Hi, Big Bubba. Having a good time so far? I feel like she's not a dateable character. Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Yeah, pretty much me. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Big Baba. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's not the sort of barrier that we'll... But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Mm-hmm. Great job! I was going ooh in my head while reading it. Or oh. It's really metaphorical. For the darkness within my soul. What is wrong with me? I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I'm always deep. Hashtag deep. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. I underestimated your true power. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write that effectively. Write like that effectively. Both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It could take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write in a way that everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. I severely doubt that. That laugh indicates that you do have to write towards the person you're trying to impress. Ahaha! Anyways, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Don't worry, I suck at this. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, then let's read it. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So the hole is a metaphor for her. It was the idea of who caused it. Like, she doesn't know how she was caused. I go to look inside, but then I hurt myself. It's just a little hole. It's not too bright. It wasn't too deep. Stretching far into everything. A hole full of infinite choices. So basically she's saying she's still possible to do anything. But he was looking in. That's interesting. That's indicating some kind of lover or light. Some kind of, like, intimate relationship. So, what do you think? It's very free form, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. The kind of, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. Notice a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between the words in a line. You mean iambic pentameter? Iambic pentameter, the best of the temeters, because it's the temeter of Jesus. Sorry, did I say Jesus? I meant, William Shakespeare, the best poet ever. He is Jesus of writing. You know, there's like duple meter, like triple meter, pentameter, or pentameter. But iambic means lines. So each line is broken up into 5. So iambic duple meter is things broken up into 2. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. I stared into a hole. When one stares into the void stares back. Don't stare into the void. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about the deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. So that's what I do all the time. The problem is I never go back to fix it. Matt's tip for the day, just write it. Go back and fix it later. But make sure you go back to fix it later. Don't be like me and just skip it. My idea is I just get the sloppiest copy that you can write. Just get all of your ideas onto paper. And then I'm just like, I think that's done. And then I forget about it. And I'm just like, I should go back and add nuance and words and make it flow correctly. Instead of, these are my points on a line, enjoy. Which is what I usually write. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Time for Sayori. This is a good poem, Big Bubba. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you would write... Or you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. This reminds me of how you were really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Big Bubba. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, that's something only really good people can do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Looting the dragon lollies. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? This will be my own way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to it then. Yay! Now that you read my poem too... Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, we'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? Look above the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. 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 I want breakfast. Bo-do-do-doom. Bo-do-do-do-doom. Do-doom. Do-do-do-do-doom. Doom. 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 Sorry, I got really musical. GG. My Hero Academia. Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No. Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least it makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounded just like you. Really? Yeah, not too bright. Boo, doo 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 doo. Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast! Even though you were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. Pro tip. Just, if you have to get to class and you're hungry, skip class, eat breakfast instead, apparently. Sayori's tip for the day. Fuck class, get breakfast instead. One day I'm gonna go out for breakfast instead of going to class and just showing halfway through the class and say, I went out to get pancakes because a visual novel told me to. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. What? Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. Bullshit. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. The best poem ever. I'm pretty sure that goes to Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. That's a poem in and of itself. It's written like a poem. It's a play. Still a poem. Ooh, no, actually Edgar Allan Poe. What is it? As I Sat on a Midnight Dreary. Something, weak and weary. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw him. Shia LaBeouf. I don't know how that went from the Raven to Shia LaBeouf. I could see it, actually. Whew! I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. They're judging me because of my terrible Magic the Gathering cards. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Well, that's just being down on yourself. This is a literature club, after all. Yeah, but again, I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. I mean, the one girl really enjoyed my poem, and she's considered the best of the class, so I think I wrote the best poem in the class by being deep and mysterious. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They are gingerly exchanging sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem and desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? No, she got the symbolism. She just likes deep themes, deep plot. It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant it's not deep. You know, she looks like a Poe. And when I say that, I don't mean whatever that word means has a negative connotation to it. I mean, like, she looks like someone that could enjoy some Edgar Allan Poe. The language, I guess. It was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but I really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Big Bubba did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I spent a lot of time establishing my writing style. I do not expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. Nani? Ore wa mou shinderu. And Big Bubba liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Oh god. Nani? Oh, God. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? Nani? That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Big Papa appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. I'd like to point out she actually had advice where she didn't. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? What advice? You just said start the fuck over. Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Oh! Oh! Savage! Is everyone okay? No, it's not. Well, you know what? It wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Big Bubba started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you! This doesn't involve you! I don't like fighting, guys! Suddenly both girls turned towards me as I noticed I was standing there. Fucking run, bro! Get the fuck out! She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. I actually like the more complex poems. I feel like they're more interesting. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and incisive words in our language. The only way to convey complex feelings and meanings is most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they probably think me more highly of me. Help me, Sayuri! I want to pick Help Me, Sayuri. I'm going for the Yuri route, but I want to hear what Sayuri has to do. Natsuki's so instead I turn to you. Yuri? But Yuri's expression. Sayuri! Help me! Yeah? Yeah! Everyone's fighting is making Sayuri uncomfortable. How could the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Big Papa. Well, that's the problem. It isn't about her. I agree. It isn't unfair for others to interject their own feelings in our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me, princess. Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Stop it. Get some help. Nani? Natsuki, Yuri. You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because communism versus capitalism. Which one will win? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayuri, is there something we have to talk about later? Are you Yuri for Yuri? No. Sayuri. Sayuri stands up triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. What is life? Does Bruno Mars is gay? Bush did 9/11, right? Jet fuel can't melt steel beams. The world is flat, right? The Illuminati controls us all, pulling us with magnets. So this is why Sayuri is vice president. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, these kinds of embarrassing. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me. Hold on. Nah, not like I can blame you. I see. Take good care of her, okay. Okay. Alright. So, tomorrow on All Hallows Eve, we'll try and finish this up. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace. Boop. Stop streaming. Alright, bye.